Hello, fellow traders. Nutty Bar Trading coming to you. It is Saturday, April the 13th, and this is the recap video for yesterday. So, yesterday, I did not have time. I had something going on in the afternoon, and I didn't get home until like midnight. So, the recap video was not possible. So, that is what we're catching up with today on a Saturday. So, let's just dive right in. It's kind of hard to go over some of this. I did not even have a chance to take a screenshot. We'll get into a little bit. I was pretty frustrated when I left yesterday. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I didn't even take a screenshot of anything. I'll try my best to explain and show what happened. But regarding this account, yesterday, and you can go back and look on the live stream if you want, but I don't know, for some reason, like this does not have, it doesn't show my entries here. I'm not sure why, but basically we took a big loss. We took a big loss right here. Actually, no, it was right here. On this move here, we entered. And in hindsight, yesterday, I came into, if I'm just reviewing all of this, I really had a bad take on yesterday's session. We had a really big sell-off starting at the London session, and really just a big sell-off. And I was basically looking for that V-shaped reversal move, and I need to stop doing that. My bread and butter is going with the trend and entering on pullbacks and then going with that trend. That is when I have the highest win rate. And yesterday I was trying to predict that V-shaped reversal move, and I did it the first time right here. And I took a big loss. We were like down $365 on this account. And then we kept selling off all the way down to the 200s. And then we started making another recovery. Thankfully, I was able to recover most of my losses on this move higher. I think we ended the day like with a $40 loss, if I remember correctly, on this account. So really happy that I was able to battle back and make back all the losses. Pretty much ended the stream break even. But I was still pretty biased that we're going to do a V-shaped reversal move. And now we need to get to the bad part. So if you saw, I had an account that was like, it wasn't even that big of a drawdown at the time, I think the drawdown I still had remaining was like $2,000. And I was actually doing very well on my other accounts. Everything was going fine. I ended stream right here. So I ended stream right here. And as I had to leave in like 45 minutes. Instead of just shutting everything down and going, I saw this pullback happen. I'm not sure. No, it wasn't. I apologize. I ended stream right here. I ended stream somewhere right here. But we pulled back, and this candle here is what I saw as I was getting I was thinking about shutting down, and I saw this candle here, and I thought, hey, that's just a great setup. We're right down, tested the EMA. Now, one thing that I've started to notice, and I need to pay more attention to this is me talking to myself. When we fail to make a new high, I need to be very, very cautious about buying that next pullback. When we fail, like right here, we failed to make new highs. And I need to be very, very cautious about buying that next pullback. I've noticed that when we fail to make new highs, it's just the percentage is way lower on that we will test those highs again, and the percentage chance of that we pull back a lot more is way higher. So, but anyway, hindsight is 2020. So anyway, I did the unfortunate thing of, okay, I'm going long, and I went long, and I had my stop like at a 600, I think it was like a $650 loss. And of course, as you can see, this wick here that you see right here, I kid you not, that was one tick close to my 13 ticks of take profit. I was one tick close to getting filled. And every time that happens, there's just something that really triggers me. And long story short, I moved my stop loss, something that I don't do. It's been a while since I've done it. I felt very confident. Like my mind was clouded. I was no longer thinking very clearly. I moved my stop loss. You know what? And fast forward, after much pain and suffering, the account is blown. It blown somewhere in here. But that wasn't bad enough. I went to another account as well, thinking, oh, we're going to, like, this is the bottom. This is the low of the day. I was convinced. And when we made this big green candle and this one, I jumped in right here on a different account. And this was me breaking my rules. I should have shut down at that moment. I was a little bit on tilt. And just a terrible decision. And I entered right here. This thing rips and just rips right through these lows. And I did finally cut that trade. I finally had enough pain. And I took like a $900 loss, or it was close to a $900 loss. So that's when I decided, okay, that this is bad. I need to stop. And I gathered myself up. And I shut down my trading for the day, and I quickly shut down all the charts, and I left. And that was basically how my day ended yesterday. So not a great way to end your Friday, if I'm being honest. It was but then one thing, and this is kind of a long rambling video. I apologize. Usually I try to make these videos quick, but it's a Saturday. I'm going to spend a little more time, but I should have zoomed out. I should have just zoomed out a little bit more, and looking at the trend, I was way too bullish. I was way too convinced we're going to do a V-shaped reversal move, and I got stuck in it, and my bias got the best of me. Anyway, so let's move over to our other account, show you. Again, I didn't take a screenshot of the losses, anything, but basically, all said and done, it was close to a $2,000 net loss for the day. On the other accounts, this account here is the account that we took, or that I took I think it was like a little bit over a $900 loss. So now this account is not in good shape at all. Probably won't make it to a payout this next pay period. But I did okay on the other accounts. Actually, it was like anywhere from a $60 to $122 profit on all of these accounts. It was just dumb. I was in green on all of my accounts when I took that final trade, and that final trade caused me to blow an account and lose like $900 on another account. Really, and these were accounts that were $300-$400 away from a payout, so it just hurts a little bit more. Pretty disappointed, but the next day, today, I try to look at the positives, I guess, and I think to myself, 6 months ago, I might not have stopped until I've blown 5-6 accounts or something crazy like that. So I do think I definitely didn't follow my rules. I was way too biased. There were definitely a lot of things I did wrong that I need to learn from. And in this trading industry, one thing I've come to realize is we are always learning. And again, anytime I feel like I go on a really good trading run, the markets just have a way of keeping ourselves humble. Trading might actually be one of the better professions to do because it teaches you to continually be humble. And at least for me anyway. You can see here, Tradezilla, I had a really good month so far. And it just seems like, when that happens, I try to just take it in stride, and we're still having a great month. Even if we get 11 accounts to pay out, that's 22,000. That's awesome. So I'm trying to keep it in perspective, and I will be ecstatic even with a $20,000 payout. This month, I will be totally happy with that. So trying to keep it in perspective. It's okay. It was unfortunate. The main thing is that I learned from it. It definitely showed me again, like, it's been a while since I've done a tilt session. It's been a while. And I do not like that feeling. But it also showed me a little bit like I have come a long way, if I have to say so myself. It's weird because I feel like even during the session, I was like, okay, I knew I was starting to get into tilt. I should have closed my trades and shut everything down earlier. I let it go on a little bit too long, but then I came to my senses, and I remembered that if I shut down now, as hard as it is and as painful as it is to just accept these losses, it is the next day, it always looks better. The next day, things always look better than what they are when you're on tilt. So I don't know, just small things that I'm learning. I'm far from a consistently profitable trader yet. I got a lot to learn yet, but yeah, that was kind of my day yesterday. And we had ourselves a learning session. It was just unfortunate. Man, should have just gone immediately left, done my thing. And what made it even worse, made this whole thing even worse was here I was, and about the end of, going into this tilt session, blowing an account, losing a good chunk of money on my other account. And on top of all that, it made me late to my event. So I get to my event and I was late, and it's not a great way to end your Friday. Ended up having a good night. We had a great night then, but just overall really put a damper on the Friday. So it is what it is. Anyway, I will wrap it up by reminding everyone next week is going to be the last week that I'm going to be trading before I go to Jamaica. So the week of the 23rd, I will be in Jamaica on a mission trip that whole week. So next week I'll be live. Hopefully the main objective next week is to get these accounts to a payout. I'm going to try and not be too aggressive. I want to take it slow as we get closer to that 2,600 in threshold. But I would really like to get a payout requested before we leave for Jamaica, but also I don't really want to rush it, and usually that is when bad things happen. So we'll just play it by ear, but hopefully we can get and request a payout. As you can see, this account balance is only $60 away. We are only $60 away from the threshold on this one. And then we have quite a bit of accounts where we're like $250 to $300 away from the threshold. So about $250 to $300. My thought is if I can average $100 a day the first 2-3 days, and then by Wednesday I can hopefully submit for a payout. That's kind of what I'm hoping, but of course things can change, and we'll just have to play it by ear and see how it goes. So, all right, everybody. I hope you all have a great Saturday, have a great weekend, and we will be back on Monday and do it all over again. All right. Take care, everybody, and God bless.